And during the Bhavasamadhi darshan, the whole brain turning into a superconductor of conscious energies that heal, empower, and transform all of our lives.
Neurons activate and process all the observed movements or information of the avatar just by seeing. So the entire body can silently and without moving receive what is happening elsewhere through a process of direct observation, experiencing the superconscious energy radiated by the avatar.
And the Akashic readings is not a prediction, but are readings from the where creation and destruction happen simultaneously. In the dimension, there is no past, no present, and no future. That is why what you called as happening and yet to happen is clearly already recorded.
So now, let us understand who is the Supreme Consciousness, who is manifesting Devi Parashakti for each and every one.
So the Supreme Point of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, is the reviver of Kailasa, a macrocosmic in Hindu civilization nation, and the Supreme Pontiff predecessors were and the Supreme Pontiff Hinduism has made the science of power manifestation, yoga, and temple-based activities a lifestyle for humanity.
And the 33rd Guru Mahasannidhanam of the Kanchi Kailasa Sarvete Peetham is the incumbent emperor of the Suryavanshi Samrajam, is the Mandaleshwar of the Mahanirvani Akhada, the largest apex monastic order.
And the Supreme Point of Hinduism is also the 1008th Acharya Mahamandaleshwar of Dharmamukti Swargapuram and is elected as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism by a congregation of over 1,000.
As a teacher of Hinduism, the most prolific, most viewed, read, and watched, and has authored over 300 books and 10,000 articles in 3 languages, and has over 20 million copies of books and articles sold, read, and downloaded, when over 10,000 hours of discourse delivered. The Supreme Concept of Hinduism has enriched and enriched over 1 billion lives digitally, and is the foremost respected commentator of all sacred scriptures.
And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is also honored as a leader of Hinduism, the most awarded, internationally recognized Hindu leader, the reviver of 108 ancient Hindu sampradayas, including the Rudrakanyas and Rudras, Rishis and Rishikas, Bhairavas and Bhairavis and Sannyas, and is the establisher of the largest Hindu university, Kailasa's Nithyananda Hindu University, with satellite campuses in over 155 of over 170 peethas, and is the collector of the largest Hindu library with over 1 million books, 1 million Pali scriptures, and over 20. And point of Hinduism is and much more. And now, with that, we will now be entering into the next segment of this program where all of us will be seeing the live demonstration of the extraordinary manifestation, the manifestation of the extraordinary Shakti. We'll be demonstrating and sharing with all of you the experiences and results of the extraordinary manifestation awakened in us through the Diksha, the initiation by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And in today's Bhavasamadhi darshan, all of you will also be receiving the initiation into these extraordinary Shaktis and into the powers of third eye with the grace and blessings of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And all of you will be manifesting the following powers of third eye, which is seeing with eyes blindfolded, and also various like body scanning, remote vision, the power of levitation, materialization, teleportation, and much more. Now, some of you might be wondering where third eye is located and how it works. So, just as you would with your 2 eyes. Now let us understand more about what exactly are Shaktis, what are these Shaktis that we are speaking about, what is their source and how they manifest. So in the source scriptures of Hinduism, Paramashiva reveals in elaborate detail that every human being is hardwired to be able to manifest 463 plus extraordinary Shaktis, the divine powers. And manifesting powers are described as a system, a method, and a science for human beings to explore the various possibilities and powers and have access to various states of consciousness. And the Shaktis manifest from the fundamental cognition that you are a divine and you need to manifest the divine, not that you are a man and you need to reach the divine. Now, many of you might have heard the term Siddhis as a very common term used for any type of external manifestation. So let us look at the exact difference between Shaktis and Siddhis. You might think they are the same, but they are actually not the same. The Guru. And are a source of enlightenment, whereas Siddhis are powers that manifest from tapas or penance for enlightenment and are on the path of enlightenment. And the Shaktis of Paramashiva manifest through ordinary human beings in an extraordinary way after the initiation by the avatar and are permanent, whereas Siddhis are not permanent and may divert you from enlightenment. And the source of all these Shaktis, Paramashiva, is the primordial divinity in Hinduism, the ultimate reality and cause, which is self-effulgent, Swayam Prakasha, all-pervading, unchanging beyond time, space, form, and causality. And as the fundamental base of Abhay cosmic acts of Shrishti, which is creation, Sthiti, which is sovereign rulership and maintenance, Samhara, which is rejuvenation, Throbhava, which is pulling out of delusion, and Anugraha, which is liberating grace for all living entities. And the supreme pontiff of Hinduism, Jagan, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, and the reviver of Kailasa, the ancient enlightened Hindu civilization nation, and the great cosmic borderless Indonesia. So ever since the beginning of the civilization, the Sanatana Hindu Dharma has been a cradle of enlightened beings and highly advanced sciences. And it was where the science of enlightenment and powers was lived and taught as a lifestyle. And for the first time in modern day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is reviving these yogis. And here you can all now see the Guru, the lineage of Gurus. And this is how, through initiation by enlightened Gurus, and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, as being recognized as an incarnation at a very young age by his Gurus, was trained and taught these sciences to revive the initiations and knowledge repositories for billions to manifest the science of our manifestation from disciplines of Vedanta, Tantra, Sri Vidya, Yoga and Yogic powers, Mantra Shastra, Siddha Vidya, science of Aushti Yoga, Paramashiva Vijnana, and much more. And you can all also see all the various enlightened beings, all the enlightened beings and Gurus of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. You can see Mataji, Vivekananda Puri, Pundi Migal, Annamalai Swami, and many more. How we can awaken these divine Shaktis in us. How beautifully says that every ultimate truth
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Om Nitya Om Nitya Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Paramashivoham Om Nityananda Parananda Paramashivoham Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham
Science of power manifestation is authenticated through four aspects of evidences or pramanas, as said in Sanskrit. So the first is the Shastra Pramana, which is the eternal, unchangeable truths revealed in the source scriptures. And then the next is the Apta Pramana, which are the experiences and results of Aptas or authorities of Hinduism, where the Vedas have time tested and verified the sciences. And the next is the Atma Pramana, which is an account from the life of the Supreme Point of Hinduism, this millennium's avatar's personal experience with the power manifestation. And then the Pratyaksha Pramana, which is the empirical evidence from observation and scientific experimentation. Now, some of you might be wondering what exactly are these Vedas and Agamas in which Paramashiva has described all of these sciences in elaborate detail. So the Vedas are the ultimate superior authority for Hindus and are pure science where the ultimate truths are explained. And the Agamas are the scriptures where the applied technology and applied sciences are expanded. And the Vedas and Agamas, Vedagamas, are given as they are directly revealed by Paramashiva. They are the ultimate. So now, let us all get ready to witness a very unique and very exciting demonstration of the powers of third eye. After we go through the pramanas for the power of third eye, which is seen with eyes blindfolded. So the Shastra for the power of third eye comes from the Vijnana Vaidava Tantra. Kapalantar manonyasmilitalo. This verse is by fixing the mind on the inner space within the crown center and sitting stably without any the eyes closed in succession, by that stability of the mind that reveals any object or place, attaining the space of oneness with the source Paramashiva. And the next is the Apta Pramana, where Krishna initiates Arjuna into the power of third eye during the revelation of the Hindu Purana Bhagavad Gita. Power of third eye, so Arjuna can behold Krishna's Vishwarupa darshan. Drashtu anenaiva swachakshusha divyam dadami te chakshuhu pashya me yogamaishwar. These physical eyes of yours, therefore I grant you divine third eye vision. Behold my cosmic opulence. So this comes from the level. It's completely narrated by Arjuna as he sees Bhagavan Krishna through his third eye. And the next, the Atma Pramana for this power in Swami's own words, he beautifully says, the first experience is that I was able to see everything around me, above me, the whole 360-degree, 10 direction. I realized not only I was able to see, I was able to feel and experience all of that as me. And the next is the Pratyaksha Pramana, the empirical evidence from observation and scientific experimentation. So here you can see study measures where when doing daily activities, there is high activity measured in the brain where the third eye is located. And when in deep samadhi state, the third eye region is active and almost 90% of the rest of the brain is at peace. And this was done using a positron emission tomography. And the next is the Sakshi Pramana of third eye awakening. This being incarnation of Paramashiva, the supreme point of Hinduism, embodies the most profound yogic states that surpass all the bounds of time, space, and matter. And he is gifting this pure and great science of third eye awakening, along with many other spiritual sciences, through initiations to millions of people. And everyone who has witnessed who have been initiated into these powers have actually witnessed the extraordinary manifestation and results in their day-to-day life. So now, let us all get ready to witness a very unique and very exciting demonstration of the powers of third eye. Yes. So now let us get into the live demonstration, the live Sakshi Pramana of the powers of third eye. So here with me, I have this eye band, which in front of light enter around the eyes. And my eyes will sit into these two sockets over here. And it will also be covering the bridge of the nose, the eye band. And this eye band is actually certified by ophthalmologists, and it is usually given to people who are suffering from insomnia so they can have better sleep. So this eye band will be covering and blocking all the light around my eyes. And it's usually said that without light, one cannot see. So this eye band will be put on my eyes. And once that is done, any of you watching us live on YouTube, you can put your comments in the live YouTube comment section. You can put anything that you would like me to read. And now a volunteer will be putting on this eye band on my eyes. Yes, so now the I band has been put to by no gaps anywhere around. Section will be projected in front of comments now. We will be projecting the comments. The comments will project in front of me, and we'll also be projecting it for all of you. Anything that you would like me to read, it can be a sequence of emojis, numbers, letters, words, anything. So yes, Ma, we already have quite a few comments. We have a comment from Sulaim Goilaumi, who had hi, and then a YouTube emoji, and then a loading emoji, and so it's like a white box, and then something is there inside it. And Ma Stephanie Dieters has put a heart emoji with hello Ma, and then a heart emoji, then she has typed hello Ma, and then a smiley emoji with its eyes closed, and then namaskar emoji with yellow hands. And Ma Celine has now given a contribution to Kailasa of 1 CHF. Thank you, Ma, for your contribution to Kailasa. And above Ma Celine's comment, we actually have a comment from Ma Stephanie Dieters, who has put a sad emoji, and Co are making big censures and deletions everywhere now to allow that Vasanta Vidya Current has put gratitude to Amma Parashakti, bless me to manifest health, wealth, completion with relationships and healing power. And above that, she has put Parashakti. And yes, there are many more comments. And now the latest comment is from Ma Nitya Kshipra Prasad Nikananda, who has put baby emoji, smiley emoji, which is a smaller emoji than everything that it's wearing, and there are two highs like that. And Ma Puja, and after that there's emoji has a body and it's showing high or so with its hand. And Ma Puja Kumar now has put a comment sequence of emoji with many fruits, so she has put blue. Yes, so you can all put any other comments also that you would like. It can be anything. Yes, now we have another comment from Maslin, who has put me Guston last plantes, which is in a different language, I guess Spanish or French. And after that, she has put a sapling emoji. It has two leaves, and then there's mud, and it's like a small sapling which has two leaves. And maybe Maslin, and anyone else also, if you would like to put anything, you can put emojis, numbers, letters, words, sentences that don't make sense at all, or a proper sentence. And you can also put different languages, just like how Masalanji has now put a different language. Even all of you can put various languages. Gone back saying yes, it's Spanish, and then two hands like that, an emoji with two hands like that. Of body scanning. Okay, so now let us get into the next power, the power of body scanning. Now the I-band will be removed. I request the volunteer to now remove the I-band. And all of you can see as the I-band is being removed. Yes, so all of you can see. And now we will be moving to the next power, the power of body scanning. Yes, so let us get into the next power, the power of body scanning. So for those of you who might be joining us newly now, the power of body awakens to whether it's physical, mental, or emotional. The part is that we can scan and provide solutions through the awakened third eye in the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra. Swadehe jagato vapi sukshma sukshmatarani cha tatvani yani nilayam dhyatva jyate para. And the translation for this is that from the subtle to the subtlest constitutive principles of your whole body, Swadeha, or of the whole universe, simultaneously consist of the six. One becomes complete from all thoughts, and the ultimate universal divine power, Paradevi Adi Shakti, is revealed, and supreme power manifestation happens. And the next is the Apta Pramana, which comes from the life of a Siddha whose name is Tereya. So Thereya was a Siddha and one of the prominent disciples of Agastya. And one day a man comes to Agastya for healing. Agastya then uses the power of body scan, and once the surgery is completed successfully, the person is healed and cured of the headache, thus gaining the name Thereya. And the next is the Atma Pramana, which was revealed by Swamiji himself on the 22nd of December 2019. He revealed how he uses the power of body scan. Paraphrasing his words, only when I had the multiple component quantity in my different organs, it was revealed that I had been poisoned without our knowledge. I immediately used diagnostic methods instead of medical facilities to study the body condition due to the poisoning. Through body scanning, I found out what the problems, imbalances had happened, and where balances had to be done. I used allopathy as a second opinion to this. Happening through the initiated disciples of the Supreme Point of Hinduism. So he brings out of thousand manifested the power of body scanning. And each of you will also be able to manifest these extraordinary Shaktis. So now let us get into the live demonstration of this power. So any of you who would like a body scan can put your comments in the YouTube comment section and request for body scanning, and we will be doing a body scan for you. Yes, so we have a comment from Pooja Kumar, who has asked for scanning of why I have phobia, of fear of cats. You have a lot of fear towards cats, and you have the fear of cats. It is actually not a phobia, but you do have lots of fear, and that is actually because of something that happened, an incident that happened in your childhood at around the age of 4. The solution that I was able to see was to start consciously breaking it. You don't have to physically go near cats or conscious to break it, but remove that thought current of that remove that fear of cats from within, and also do the root pattern completion and try recalling, try reliving and do that process, and just try remembering that incident where you started getting scared of cats when you were it. I'm able to start getting healed, and so this is what I was able to see for you now. And Aina Zabotanzaya has asked, is the hydrogen water which I'm drinking time to time, is it healing for your brain and body? Yes, and now I'll be doing a scan for that. Yes, so Aina Zabotanzaya, I was able to see it is not something bad for your body, but it is not having any there's no, I was able to see that your body is not reacting in a good way to it, and right now it is not creating any major issues or anything, but in the future, as your uh, body changes and the organs get, like, as you grow a little older, it can become slightly uh, hard on the body, and it will also, it can affect in. So I was able to see what neem juice acid water, you don't need to add soap in keeping body completely healthy. This hydrogen water, if you need to or you want to, for just maybe once a week, it is fine, but not a lot. Otherwise, in the future, it can create problems. That was what I was able to see, and that was what Parashakti revealed. So yes, Ma Pooja Kumar has gotten back saying, I'll do a body scan for Ma Lang, and Ma Akshipra Prasad Nithyananda has also asked. So once that is done, we will get to you again. So yes, Ma, now I'll be doing a body scan for you. You have asked. Yes, Ma, now I'll be scanning, doing body scan for you. Not exactly fear or anything that is affecting you physically or mentally, but I was able to see that whenever you have any type of feeling that something is going to be bad, or something that you are doing is bad or shouldn't be done, just think, even for normal actions that you do, not necessarily only when you feel this way, but any action that you do, just you should feel from, and if you feel that it is not right, you can contemplate for some time and see, or if it should not be done, you can contemplate for some time, but also see how Swamiji would do it, how, if that situation comes up, how to deal with it consciously and in the best way. So just contemplate for some time, and even if both logically and even if one within you feel that it shouldn't, if it should not be done, you can contemplate and just chant the Mahavakya when you're will help you feel, see that the feeling of something bad is going to happen or something will ask for body scan for your regular menstrual cycle. Yes, so now I'll be doing a body scan for that. Mark Shivaprasad, what I was able to see was that actually in your stomach and in your intestine, there's like a fluid being like it's like a greenish that has to, and it's actually due to that that is affecting the irregular menstrual cycle. But the solution that I was able to see for that fluid actually has to come out and should be clean. And the solution that I was able to see for this is you should start doing the Panchakriya early, and also you should start uh, having lots of hot water for the next at least 2 weeks. Every day drink hot water, and that will help in um, cleaning and getting rid of the fluid in the stomach and intestine. And start doing Panchakriya more regularly, and that will help in healing you. So this is what I was able to see for you. And I'll be doing a scan for you. What I was able to see was that you are actually, whenever like a thought current or like that, you are actually encouraging that thought. So whenever that thought, anything, whether it's comparison or self-hatred, anything negative, any negative thought, that at least many times you may not remember, but when you remember, immediately drop it. And even if at that point you don't remember and later you remember at that negative mood, just immediately sit at that point in time, chant the Mahavakya for a few minutes, and just complete with that and drop the thought current that's found this feet. And you will see that slowly when you start doing this, automatically those Puja Kumar, Salayan and Mark Shivaprasad Nithyananda has gone back saying thank you. Yes, thank you, Mom. And please stay tuned for the next segment. We will now be moving to the next segment of this program about Devi Parashakti. Who is Devi Parashakti? So please stay tuned for this next segment and also the further segments coming. The divine feminine consciousness about who is Devi Parashakti. So we'll be Sindhuraruna Vigraham Trinayana Manikya Mauli Spurate Taranayaka Shekharam Smitamukhim Mapina Vakshoruham Panibhyamali Ratna Chashakam Raktotpalam Vibratim Saumyam Ratna Gatastha Rakta Charanam Dhyayet Paramambikam. And the translation for this verse is: the Divine Mother is to be meditated upon as shining in a vermilion red body, with the triple eyes sporting a crown of rubies studded with a crescent moon, a face all smiles, a splendid bust, one hand holding a jewel cup brimming with mead, and the other twirling a red lotus. And another Dhyana shloka, which also comes from the Lalita Sahasranama Dhyana shloka, says: Arunam Karunatarangatakshiim Dhritapaşankuşapuşpabanachapam Animadibhiravritam Ayukaihi Rahamityeva Vibhavaye Bhavanim. And the translation for this verse is: I meditate on the great Empress. She is red in color and her eyes are full of compassion. She holds the noose, the goat, the bow, and the flowery arrow in her hands. She is surrounded on all sides by powers such as anima for rays, and she is the self within me. And Devi Parashakti is the ultimate, the cosmic mother. It is her cosmic womb from which billions and billions of universes come out and go in, and the source where the Big Bang and black holes go on and on, in which all of us are in even now, and in which all of us are rich. And Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, gracing us, answering all of our questions, attending to our prayers, giving boons, healing us, revealing our past, present, and future. And in the words of Devi Parashakti herself, Devi Parashakti introduces herself beautifully and she says how she, manifesting as the Nijavatar of the Supreme Point of Hinduism, beautifully she reveals, raising as Omkara, expressing as Vedas and Agamas, Kailasha Swami who is in Kailasha, Sri Purachintamani, Parashakti, Parameshwari, everyone, to bestow all goodness. Hiranya Garbha Swarupini, Brahmanda Yoni, Shami, Chandramauli, Rapala, Aparna, Uma, Parvati, Savitri, Navayavana, Samrajya Lakshmi, Parameshwari, Parashodasi, Meenakshi. Taking the form of Nithyananda, I came here as Nijavatara. With great compassion I am blessing. Listen, people, to do good to all of you. I took the form of Nithyananda and came down as Nijavatara. And Devi Parashakti continues to reveal, raising in Omkara, blossoming as Shiva, Shiva manifesting as source of existence, powers of existence, Prakriti and Purusha, blossoming as three Shaktis, Icha, Kriya, and Jnana, growing, expanding as five Panchabhutas, beyond six chakras, expanding as eight directions, existing as nine to do good, Parashodasi, Meenakshi, in the form of Nithyananda, I came to bless every one of you. Paramashivoham. She is there on your screen, so you can receive her in a very traditional way. You can keep two beet leaves, one banana, one betel nut, and a coin in front of the screen as you watch Parashakti. Now, some of you might be wondering what exactly a coin is important. So, in the Hindu tradition, a coin is actually considered the traditional dakshina. It is given in temples as an offering to the deities, or even when someone comes home for the first time, or when you see someone for the first time, it is given as part of the items. And even when you are receiving a deity at your home at the beginning of the of at the beginning of any festival, when you're bringing the deity home, it is usually offered. And it can be the lowest value. And in India, it can even be just 1 paise. In the US, it can even be just a cent. Swamiji says, I'm not trying to monetize. Keep even 1 cent, it is okay. So for 100 days, if you have darshan, it will add up to $1. When 1 paise is okay. And once the darshan is over, you can do namaskar, offer your gratitude, and eat the banana, the beech leaf, and the beet leaf, taking it as prasadam. And the coins that you collect, you can send it to the Los Angeles. You can collect the coins and send it to the Los Angeles temple. In a few days, you will see how much it adds to your sentiment that really Devi Parashakti is there. You will not take the Devi darshans for granted. The rituals will break your monotonous unconscious mentality and lifestyle and remind you and raise you to the powerful cognitions. It will break your unconscious behavior. Now you can all see how you can set up your tambulam. So you can arrange the two beet leaves, the betel nut, the banana, and the coin on a plate and keep it in front of the screen. You can also keep a few more additional items such as a few fresh flowers, kumkum, turmeric, glasses, a small leaf. You can arrange it in a plate. Keep it in front of the screen as you watch Devi Parashakti. So the next time you are setting up to receive Devi Parashakti, you can set up your own set of tambulam and receive her in a very traditional way. And now, with that, we will be moving to the next segment of this program where all of us will be seeing what exactly Devi Parashakti has revealed in the Akashic readings for us on all the various problems that humanity is going through right now, especially for the past 1.5 to 2 years due to the pandemic. So we will be seeing what Devi Parashakti has revealed on the cause and solutions for all of these problems, and how important it is for us to follow what Devi Parashakti has revealed. So let us first look at the compassion of the avatar. So in the Guru Paduka Stotram, composed by Adi Shankaracharya, is how the Guru Padukas, the sacred feet of the Guru, is the boat that helps us cross the Ananta Samsara Samudra, the seemingly endless ocean of Aitabhyam Guru Bhakti Dabhyam Vairagya Samrajya Pujanabhyam Namo Namaha Shri Guru Padukabhyam. And the translation for this verse is salutations to the sandals of my Guru. which is the boat which helps me cross the endless ocean of life, which endows me with the sense of devotion to my worship of which I attain the dominion of renunciation.
Overwhelming vastness of the suffering that surrounds us during the Great Deluge. Our loved ones are dying due to the dire need of hope.
And it is at this mother comes to elevate the suffering of humanity.
It's at this time that the Supreme Concept of Hinduism, the incarnation of cosmic superconsciousness, out of his love and compassion, having no responsibility for the superconscious breakthrough of humanity, the cosmic deluge.
And Devi Parashakti is herself miracles in our lives, removing all our pain and suffering, and much more. And Devi is individually, but also to humanity.
Various revelations of profound sacred secrets of Sanatana Hindu Dharma. And by showing us the future regarding global issues, the COVID pandemic, natural disasters such as fires, floods, and more, and even the underground wars, which have not
segment, we will be elaborating on the statistical, scientific, and scriptural references of each sacred revelation, which has manifested precisely as the same Devi Parashakti, for us to imbibe deeply and start following as Devi Parashakti.
So now let's look at Devi Parashakti's revelation and understand what Devi Parashakti has revealed for the whole of humanity. Let us watch the video on the 8 methods.
Parashodasi Meenakshi, Parameshwari Meenakshi, Parashakti. இங்கு எழுந்து அருளினோம் எல்லோர்க்கும் ஞானமும் தன்மையும் தந்திட நன்மையெல்லாம் அளித்திட நாமே வந்தோம் இங்கு கைலாசத்தின் சுவாமினியாய் பரமசிவன் நித்யானந்தன் விக்கிரகமாய் மலர்ந்த உங்கள் எல்லோருக்கும் நல்லதை புருஷா மலர்ந்திட வந்தேன் இங்கு. மந்தர்கள் கொடுந்தொற்று கொரோனா கண்டு அஞ்ச வேண்டாம். 8 வழியின் மூலமாகவும் எண்ணத்தில் தியானித்து என்னை பிரார்த்தித்தல், சமூக வலைதளங்கள் மூலமாய் என்னை சரணடைதல், நான் குடிகொண்டிருக்கின்றேனோ அங்கெல்லாம் பூமிதித்து என்னை வழிபடுவது 3, நெஞ்சில் மஞ்சள் தடவி வேப்பம் சாரருந்தி தினந்தோறும் என்னை தியானிப்பது 4, நிர்விகல்ப நிலையிருந்து நித்யானந்தத்தை நிறைத்து உயிர்வது 5, சிவ 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 எனும் பிரபஞ்ச பெரும் நாதத்தை நிகழ்த்தல் 6, பூரண மனத்து நித்திரையில் அடங்குவது 7, பரிபூரணமாய் அருணாச்சல ஸ்மரணையில் நினைப்பும் மறப்பும் அருந்த உணர்வு ஸ்மரணையில் அகம் அகம் என ஸ்புரிக்கும் அருணாச்சல ஸ்மரணையில் ஆனந்த ஸ்புரணத்தில் இருப்பது 8 எனும் 8 முறையிலும் என எண்ணியோர் அத்துணை பேருக்கும் இல்லை கொரோனா கொடுந்தொற்றின் தாக்கமும் கொரோனா கொடுங்காமும் கொரோனா கொடுந்தொற்றின் மயக்கமும் வாழ்வீர்கள் வளத்தொடு நல் ஞானம் யோகத்தொடு நாமே நிம்மோடு நானே நீயாய் நீயே நானாய் நல்வாழ்வு வாழ்வீர்கள். எட்டில் ஒன்று செய்தாலும் கொரோனா உங்களை எட்டவிடாது காப்.
So let us understand Devi Parashakti's revelation map into English. The Devi revealed media wherever I am residing, worshipping me by doing the fire walking, applying turmeric in the chest, drinking neem juice, and meditating on me every day, being in the unclutched state, filling with eternal bliss.
Doing ajapa japa of the cosmic sound, Shiva, Shiva, or forgetting, in the Arunachala Spurana that blossoms as Aham, Aham, state of Ananda Spurana. Everyone who thinks on me through these 8 ways of Corona, they don't have fear and delusion of you will live with prosperity. One of these 8 ways, I will protect you. Don't have fear, O people, be blissful.
Protect all of humanity from COVID-19. Let us now review each of these methods and understand the science and benefits of each method.
So let's see the first method, which is praying in the Parashakti. So published by Healthline, and it gives 12 science-based benefits of meditation. Controls anxiety, promotes emotional health, it enhances self-awareness, lengthens attention span, may reduce age-related memory loss, can generate kindness, may help fighting addictions, improves sleep, helps control pain, can decrease blood pressure, and is accessible everywhere and anywhere.
And in this article from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, it states how meditation has not just an effect on the mental well-being, but also has an impact on the physical well-being as well.
And another study by Cambridge University Press reiterates the necessity of meditation during the times of COVID, the crisis such as COVID-19. So here you can see the study by Cambridge University Press.
A study published in Everyday Health, studying how to protect the emotional health. It states that it offers a bigger sense of purpose. The revised report published in Health Psychology found that when researchers followed 191 people with congestive heart failure for 5 years, they found that those who reported feeling spiritual peace and made some healthy lifestyle changes were significantly more likely to live longer than their peers. And people with major depressive disorder or chronic medical illness who were high levels of religiosity, July 25th, depression and anxiety.
So now let us, the avatar himself directly demonstrates how meditation directs in our brain.
Participates and encourages scientific researchers to derive evidences for meditation and healing through meditation. Dr. R. Murli Krishna, President, COO, Integris Mental Health and James L. Hall Jr., Center for Mind, Body and Spirit, Oklahoma in US, and his team invited Nithyananda to derive scientific evidences for meditation and the state of his enlightenment.
When Swamiji came, I have requested him to do one thing. I asked him, would you be willing to undergo some scientific investigation of the meditation process? He very cheerfully agreed without one complaint. He went for 3 repeat sessions. and 3 repeat sessions for quantitative EEG sessions. So we did that because if science, they're replicable. You can replicate them, duplicate them. So Swamiji went through those sessions and we found some interesting findings.
In PET scan, they inject a radioactive dye which goes and sits in parts of the brain that are active. In the normal, non-meditative state, the brain is very active. And when we are seeing someone, the rear end of the brain, the visual cortex, very active, as shown in the diagram.
Usually the brain is so active, there are 100 billion brain cells there. But what meditation does is something very interesting. It shows the frontal lobes getting more active. The frontal lobe is where you have judgment, wisdom, reasoning. Here are some of the share with you. This is alert, non-meditative state. The second one is 30 meditation, and here is the meditation where it lights up significantly right here, right in the middle, probably 1.5 inches, 2 inches deeper. What's interesting was Swami was inside, and that's the last part of that one. See that light right here? So what's interesting was I've never seen that before in my life. So the other parts I've seen may not be to the extent that Swamiji showed, but this is something interesting. There is something called dopamine, which is a chemical our brain is involved in. Dopamine is produced mostly in this area. And when you have any pleasure, transmits messages of pleasure. Basically, the same thing is with visual pleasures you have, beautiful people. But what's interesting is that you and I have the potential to create our own dopamine in a big way. So I named it, for lack of a word in the past, the D spot, which is the dopamine spot. If you can discover your D spot, you got it made in life. The D really stands for divine spot. The D also stands for delight, and the dopamine spot. What's also interesting is that he could, at will, go in and out of those states. Those are some of the findings I want to share with you. There's so much more talk about physiology of mind and brain and the body. It's a fascinating field that this is something that all human beings can relate to, can apply in our own lives. Not only a sophisticated knowledge, but these things have application in daily life for all of us.
Nithyananda's system of free healing, known as Nithya Spiritual Healing, has been baffling the medical world, curing diseases from migraine to cancer. Qualified people are also initiated to become healers. The complete report of the research conducted on Nithyananda's can be found in the book Mystic Phenomena.
Yes, and now let us look at what the Supreme Pontiff of Newton has revealed about the power of prayer.
If you are not is the best thing in your life, you are tortured, you are abused, your divine rights are violated. If you are constantly inspired to do yoga early morning, Brahma Muhurta time, and everyday puja, sit that 30-40 minutes and melt down by feeling connection and to bust your stress. I tell you, prayer is the best stress buster. deep feeling connection and tears rolling in your eyes and melting down. Prayer to Paramashiva. Intense yearn Paramashiva. Nothing can be compared to that to bust your stress. I tell you, every day puja is an ultimate recharging experience. If you do every day puja, the kind of the stress-free life you will live, your whole lack will be aligned to Kailasa. I tell you, I have seen the people who have the habit of Nitya Puja live long. Not just long, happy. In my whole life, it is Nitya Puja, Puja, that gave me all the best things of life. Every day puja, relating with the deities is the best stress buster. Touch the deities, do decoration, dress up. Even now, my best time of the day is when I sit with my deities. When I sit with my deities, dress up, talk to them, intensely pray, deeply connect and pray. Understand? You do not know the power of Archavatara. God, land, deity form. Never underestimate the power of Archavatara. Living avatar can do to you, Avatara can do. Atma Linga I am giving to all of you, literally.
Yes, and the next method revealed by Devi Parashakti is surrendering to Devi through social media. So what does this really mean? During the Akashic readings, Devi Parashakti gives us the opportunity to connect with her through various social media platforms and attends individually to our prayers and showers us with blessings and blessings. Let us now see how we can connect with Devi Parashakti through social media.
So on YouTube, and then you can ask your questions in the comment section.
Yes, and the next way is by liking and following the Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda Paramashivam Facebook page. And then during the live Parashakti Akashic reading, asking your questions in the live video in the comment section so you can ensure that Devi will surely attend to you, whether she answers you directly or not.
And you can ask your questions in the reply section of the chat Ask the Avatar.
Yes, and the next way is by connecting with Devi on Instagram. You can follow Sri Nithyananda on Instagram, and you can ask your questions in the comment section of the video of the photo. The WhatsApp chat box that pops up, and you can ask your questions directly here.
So now let's watch a video where Devi Parashakti is blessing people. An introduction to Devi Parashakti.
காளியின் ஆட்டத்தை ஆனந்தத்தை ஆனந்தத்தொடு ஆடிய ஆட்டத்தை கண்டோர் உயிருக்குளெல்லாம் இறங்கி குண்டலினி விமாயம் அழித்து மங்களம் தந்து சிவபக்தியும் பரமசிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ சக்தியும் அளிக்கின்றேன். மனதமாய் நிஜாவதாரமாய் வந்துதித்த என்னை பற்றி வாழ்வில் எல்லா நலமும் பெற்றிடுங்கள். ஓம் ஓம் ஓம்.
யாதுமாகி நின்றாய் காளி, ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி, ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி.
And you can ensure that you and are protected during pandemic.
Fire walking wherever she is residing.
Yes. So, Supreme Concept of Buddhism has revealed that fire walking is an alchemy process. And in the words of the Supreme Concept of Buddhism itself, our rishis and munis have been adepts and masters in every field, whether health or keeping the society, every field. So all the vratams, the pujas, the spiritual techniques, religious rituals is highly scientific and directly useful to the life. Coronavirus will not affect you at all because at fire walking time, that's or any problem. It's actually a powerful technique. It's a very powerful technique followed in those days, especially during this.
You are protected already from corona problem. You will not be affected at all. Corona will not work on you. It will not affect you. And don't worry, it's a traditional way of making you immune. Actually, it's a traditional vaccination process. It's 11 feet length and burning like charcoal on which you are supposed to walk with the traditional powerful music which activates your limb system. That mukulam, we call it, in the back of the neck. This music will feel like it is hitting the back of your neck. System will be awakened. In that peak altered state of consciousness, you should walk on fire. Not just like that, you will walk. You will first walk, trigger the detox system, and then walk on the fire, 11 feet fire.
And if you do for one fire walking, you are absolutely protected from corona. Pray to Mahamariam and do the fire walking. That is it. It's like a traditional, powerful vaccination. Pray to Parashakti Mahamari, do the Bhakti Vratam, and do this traditional fire walking. You are absolutely protected from coronavirus. No need to panic. Traditional vaccination, traditional, natural, organic, no bad side effect vaccination is the fire walk.
So now let us watch a video where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism speaks on the science behind fire walking. He reveals the science behind fire walking.
Means balancing the system and awakening parts of your body becomes insensitive to the existence because of the job it is doing, like a feet. Because of the continuous walking, it becomes insensitive. Your cheeks, how they are sensitive, they don't become they lose sensitivity to the reality. But for a complete Kundalini awakening, your whole body needs to be alive and experiencing the reality and ability to experience the higher consciousness. That is the reason we have the process of fireworks.
Where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself does the fire walking.
காத்திடும் உத்தமத்தியே சத்குருவாய் வந்த நித்திய தாயே வேதங்கள் பணியை பேணும் ஞானமும் நீயே. தீயினிலே பிறந்தவளே நித்ய ஆனந்தத்தியே நித்யானந்தேஸ்வரி. தீயினிலே பிறந்தவளே நித்ய ஆனந்தத்தியே நித்யானந்தேஸ்வரி. தர்ம மண்ணில் வென்றிட வந்தாய், கர்மங்களை கொன்றிட வந்தாய். நித்யானந்த தர்ம மண்ணில் வென்றிட வந்தாய்.
Now that we did about what Hinduism says about firewalking, let us look at what modern science has studied about firewalking. A study was conducted by the U.S. National Department of National Study of Medicine, the National Institute of Health, regarding the various effects and benefits of firewalking, and it found that firewalking increases levels of happiness and lowers fatigue levels in people who participated in firewalking versus those who did not participate in firewalking.
Now let us look at the neck on your chest. Drinking neem
And the benefits of neem juice as revealed by the Tibetan monk of Buddhism itself.
Bididi. It is not, I'm not talking air, I'm talking from ground. From the day we came, we have water for 10,000 people to live comfortably in that very land. It's only pouring, pouring. Karumari's grace. Wherever we started ashram, nature, cause we know biology, whole biology thinks. If you are having bitter relationships in your life, thinking bitter, understand if you are irritated, even if you don't react, the key, you will see you release sweet kind of vibes. Take neem juice, you release healing, compassionate vibes. A woman who applies neem powder and takes bath, who applies samai, that neem paste and turmeric powder. If a woman takes bath with that, she is equivalent to Mahamai. She is, because she will be manifesting that same vibes. Rumari. People start doing all these activities like applying neem paste and taking bath, applying haritaki powder and taking bath, applying turmeric powder and taking bath, applying basma and taking bath, especially for men, basma, for women, neem paste and turmeric paste. All four can be used by both, all genders. That is different. If you want specific, I'll recommend the neem and turmeric for female body, haritaki and basma for male body. Understand your whole biology things. Working on whole biology changes the whole life. So, now with this understanding the whole biology things, think Mahavagya. This is Ajapa Japa. Think Mahavagya. With the understanding your whole biology thinks. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Blessings to all of you. Start manifesting powers now.
And now that we've understood the benefits of being peace as revealed by the three parts of Buddhism, let us look at what the benefits of turmeric are. Traditionally, turmeric is known for its anti-invasion of T cells, B cells, macrophages, neutrophils, natural killer cells, and dendritic cells. And curcumin can also downregulate the expression of various pro-inflammatory cytokines and chemokines. And this was reviewed in, this was published in the National Center for Biotechnology and Information in the US. And this research shows that turmeric can modulate the activation of various immune cells, as well as enhance the body's antibody response. So with a strengthened immune system, you will be much more likely to stay healthy and be able to maintain active lifestyle.
And a study.com says that neem can help you in fighting.
And turmeric and neem are also effective against coronavirus, according to AKGM.
So now let us look at the fifth method, which is with a complete mind, applying banana peel and onions on your heels and going to bed, going to sleep.
So you can, it's a very simple way to do this. So you can just put onion on the heel or a banana peel on the heel and put a sock over it and go to sleep. And this will completely detoxify your entire body when you wake up. So this is a very simple method to detoxify your body and to protect yourself from COVID-19, of course. And in Medical Daily, it was published that onions contain high amounts of sulfur compounds, which not only give onions the recognizable smell, but are also powerful detoxifying agents. And with more than 100 sulfur-containing compounds, which are what cause the eyes to tear, onions can help prevent and treat ailments from diabetes to heart disease, which is why onions are very well known in Ayurveda, traditional medicine, medicinal properties, and that is what they are used for. And in an article published in the Journal of Phytotherapy on the detoxifying effect of onion, it states that compounds from onion have been reported to have a range of health benefits, which includes anti-carcinogenic properties, anti-platelet activity, anti-thrombotic activity, anti-asthmatic, and antibiotic effects.
So now let us look at the sixth.
Yes, and let us first understand the science of unresponsive Buddhism.
We can project the video and play the video. So this such works. I request them to be volunteered to project the video.
The brain is the organ which controls our whole physical being. Once our brain has been imbalanced, it will then transmit that imbalance throughout the whole body. Thought forms are pure energy that have the ability to influence people and every field, which may be measured by such instruments as an encephalograph. This electromagnetic field is generated by the brain every time we think, and as our mind is never still, we may be compared to perpetual power generators. Fear produces nervous disorders. Anger produces headaches and violence. Confused thoughts produce congestion and ill health. Depression causes cancer, mental diseases, and lowering of the immune system, causing death. Our thoughts generate intricate energy patterns which can be detected by sensitive equipment point individuals. These energy patterns are known as thought forms. Surprise we are and release them into the environment. See them? The thought forms have as real an existence as any other form of energy. Most people can sense others' thought forms, and a continuous energetic exchange happens between people, about which we are usually unaware. This also explains why we sometimes take a sudden liking or dislike to a certain person directly on meeting them. We just catch their vibes. Unclutching is a guide for equanimity and enlightenment. Thoughts are like bubbles in a fish tank. Just as bubbles in a fish tank rise from the bottom, our thoughts also rise in the same manner. When one bubble comes and reaches the surface of the water, the next bubble starts and the third bubble starts. Because the bubbles are rising at high speed, they look like a continuous stream. But our mind, there is always a gap between neutral space, which is our original state, the pure silence. It is a state of pure consciousness, the state of God. Since the gap or neutral space between two thoughts is too small, we think all thoughts are connected and form a shaft. But there is between two thoughts. Tie a rope. The rope is a shaft that we create by connecting two thoughts. In the middle of the rope, they secure a wooden stick. The stick is our mind. The rope is tied at the midpoint of the stick. When a bird comes and sits on the stick, the bird's own weight turns the whole stick upside down. It turns topsy-turvy. The moment it turns upside down and loses its sense of balance, it feels totally shaken and tightens its grip on the stick. It simply holds onto the stick as if its life depends on it. Similarly, we connect thoughts and form a shaft out of it and live in the fear that if we drop our mind, we might be lost. We might lose our identity. Because it is hanging upside down, it thinks, if I unclutch from this stick, I will fall and die. Is similar to the fear that if we start trusting that we are unconnected, unclutched, we might be lost. If the bird, it may flutter to balance for a moment or two. When it leaves the stick, maybe for a few seconds, it will fall, but then it will adjust itself and start flying. In the same way, we hold on to whatever we think is our identity and security, our education, our mind, our relationships, or our bank balance. That if we drop our mind, at that moment we can become a Paramahamsa. That very moment we can be liberated. In Mundaka Upanishad, there is a story which explains, there is a huge tall tree, and in the tallest branch of the tree, sitting unclutched from there to various branches, eating fruits. When it eats a bitter fruit, it feels bad. Whenever she eats the bitter fruit, she sees the bird which is looking above, silently, like Dakshinamurti, and feels, why I should not be like that bird. But unfortunately, when the same bird, when it eats tasty fruit, it forgets the bird sitting above it. In the same way, she keeps battling between branches, eating bitter and tasty fruits again and again. One day, as a small bird flies up higher, and there is no difference between them both and realizes her original state. The small bird realizes that she also can be in the same state of the golden bird and become a Paramahamsa. This moment, trust yourself. Don't bother about losing your identity. Just trust yourself and let go of your identity. You will immediately become a Paramahamsa and be liberated. All you need to do is to trust that you're unclutched. Dropping the conclusions you is unclutching.
Yes. So now, whenever you have time, you can take a few minutes and experience the space of untouching. You can sit with your head, neck, and spine in a straight line, close, and intensely chant the Mahavakya. Do not. And the seventh step is to do the ajapa japa of the cosmic sound, Shiva, Shiva, Shiva. So, a study conducted by the US National Library of Medicine on the benefits of chanting clearly establishes how doing the ajapa japa, the chanting, has a direct and positive benefit for the physical health and mental well being. And the study correlates that chanting of the ajapa japa to the vagus nerve stimulation used as a treatment for depression and epilepsy. And another study conducted by Dr. Matsumoto establishes that human intention research clearly depicts how, when water is being exposed to positive sound vibrations, the molecular formation in the water changes to a pleasant formation, whereas or words can disfigure or distort the water molecular formation. So here you can see the pictorial depiction of how the water molecular formations respond to different words being uttered. And this research shows the impact of few words on one glass of water. But imagine what happens inside your body, which is composed of up to 60% of water when you chant the japa japa, the chanting of the powerful sacred mantras. So here you can see the pictorial depiction of the water molecular formation, metal music, or words like I will kill you or you're a fool. And you can also see the water molecular formation of the water before and after a Buddhist prayer. The Supreme Point of Hinduism beautifully says, if 10,000 people, not all islands, these are fundamental truths. When you start unclutching, Kailasa starts experiencing the joy, bliss of you unclutching. Nothing goes waste in this cosmos. So this is revealed by the Supreme Point of Hinduism himself. And if you would like to be a part of the Global Unclutching Initiative, you can register and sign up at this link, kailasa.tv. Method, the eighth method that Devi Parashakti has revealed, is to be in the state beyond any remembrance or forgetting in the Arunachala Spurana that blossoms as aham in the Ananda Spurana. So just by the simple remembrance, the mere remembrance of the divine, just go beyond the state of any remembrance or forgetting. And with that, we now come to a conclusion of this segment where we have learned the eight methods that they read to the next segment of this program, where all of you will be learning how you can make your offerings and offer your gratitude to Devi Parashakti.
Now that we have understood Parashakti has revealed as the 8 methods to protect yourself from COVID-19, let's now enter into this next segment. As they revealed is to pray to Devi Parashakti and meditate upon her. Best way you can pray to Devi and connect with Devi is through these various offerings. So you can connect with Devi and offer your pure love and devotion to Devi Parashakti. So an offering is a giving of a divine gift of pure love, devotion, and oneness. And it consists of 2 aspects, the giving and the accepting. And only when the divine accepts what one offers, the offering becomes complete. Offerings are not more out of greed, but when in Avatar land, the offerings are a mere part of this grand Leela played out for the only purpose of enlightenment. And the Dhyana Shloka for Devi Parashakti states,
the Dhyana Shloka for Devi Parashakti, it says, Indu nibhaveda karavani nayanam syat pankaja varabhaya japakshara sarayuktam angahima bhushana vichitra vasanam syat tungama kutojjvala manonmani swarupam. And the meaning of this verse, moonlight blessing hands and one hand with japamala, beautifully decorated with jeweled ornaments in wonderful clothes and shining crown. Her and another Dhyana Shloka from Shashini Bhavadanam Vedahastam Dadhanam Savye Padmam Varadam Apare Chabhayam Shakshamalam Divyaira Bharana Vipujitam Devi Meva Manonmanim Pratinam Kamarthadatrim Shubham. And the meaning of this verse, I meditate on Devi with 3 eyes, glowing like a moon, and holding the Veda, lotus, and gracing with blessing and gracing hands. She is wearing beautiful ornaments. She is worshipped by Brahma and other many gods, and showers auspicious boons for all actions every day. And the next of the Shastra, the scriptural reference for the sacred element of gold. In the Hindu tradition, the various offerings made to the divine, and it's considered very sacred. So let us see the scriptural reference for Janmanedam Hiranyam Agnirekam Priyatamam Bhabuva Somasyaikyam Insitasya Parapatata Apamekam Vedasam Veta Te Hiranyam Trividastavai Vishe. The translation: triply born by birth is this gold. From the atoms of Agni is one. It becomes dearest to Agni. One fell away from the Soma when it was heard. One they call the seed of virtuous and powerful Apa, the watery molecules. Let that triple gold be for your long life. Yes. Sorry for the technical thing. Gold is a divine element. It purifies anything it touches. It is an element of great. The vibration of gold has the power to infuse sattva energy and positive thought currents in anyone who wears and in anyone who sees or operates in its vicinity. The gold is present in all scriptures, in the Hindu scriptures of the Agamas, Vedas, Itihasas, Puranas. In all the Hindu scriptures, it is abundantly displayed. Everything was built in gold, exchanged in gold. Ritual fees were offered in gold bricks. When one was to be saved from life-threatening illnesses, offered as a ritual fee. Gold was in abundance and used for weighing equal, including cows. Kingdoms were built with huge doors of gold. The street would have huge columns and huge archways made of gold. Horses and cows were dressed in gold. This river was called Hiranmaya, the river of gold in Rigveda. The river Saraswati was called Hiranyavartini in Atharva Veda. Gold is the supreme element for offering gifts to the ones you love and revere. Temples are constructed and paved in gold. Deities are made in gold and decked and adorned in gold because it preserves the enlightenment energy for thousands of years and it lasts forever.
Yes, and the first offering that we have is the E-Hundi offering. This is a offering of a general donation. And just like you would in any temple, you can offer, you would just offer a few dollars to the Hundi, and you can just offer out of your love and devotion to Devi Parashakti, just to say thank you for manifesting in your life. So it is described that Devi is fond of true devotion and is realized through true devotion. She can be won over through true devotion and she removes all fears. And if there is any fear in the minds of the devotee in the autumn, the season, but rather the autumn of our lives, when our thoughts turn more and more inwards and the role of the divine becomes much more known and clearly understood, the need for Devi worship becomes much stronger. Right, as the one who bestows happiness on all her devotees, you can offer your gratitude and devotion to Devi Parashakti by offering your kanika, and your name shall be chanted during.
And the next offering is the Sankalpa Chanti, the offering of the conscious resolution. And a verse from the Devi Mahatmyam, chapter 12, verse 34 describes Prayaitanmohyate Vishwam Shaivam Vishwam Prasuyate Saya Chitta Vijanam Tushtarutim Prayaschati. The meaning of this verse, it says, the goddess enchants this universe and she herself gives birth to this universe. That goddess being prayed without interest in anything gives that knowledge that leads to salvation and gives well materialistic sense, desires and wishes that you yearn for. So you can make the offering of the Sankalpa Chanti on the website www.kailasamila.com/sevas.
Next offering that we have is the Sahasranam Parnakatu, the offering of an inscription of the various names of Devi Parashakti. And Devi is known as Nama Parayana Pita, the one who likes the repetition of her various names. And in this offering, you can offer any one of Devi Parashakti's various names. And this is a very special puja and unique archana offered to the Mahameru of Devi Parashakti, and are not just the names of Devi Parashakti, but the various divine qualities of Devi Parashakti, whether it is her overflowing compassion or her infinite wisdom. Whichever quality of Devi you connect with most people, as a gold coin to Devi Parashakti and the Kalyana Gunas of Devi herself.
The next offering to Devi Parashakti is the offering of the Mukta Anguti, the finger ring, the gold finger ring embedded with pearl. And Devi Parashakti, Meenakshi, is described as the one who's adorned with pearls. And this verse describes Devi's splendor adorned with pearls. It says, Muktahara lasat kirita ruchiram purnendu vaktra prabham shinjannupura kinkini manidharam padma prabhabhasuram sarvabhita palapradam girisutam vani rama sevitam. And the verse describes, I bow to the goddess Meenakshi, whose crown has garlands of pearls and face shining like a full moon, who wears anklets that are studded with gemstones and has small bells, who is shining like the splendor of lotus, who grants all the wishes, the daughter of the mountain, who is worshipped by goddesses Vani and Rama. I remain ever bowing to the goddess Meenakshi, the ocean of compassion. And if you resonate, if this description, the splendor of Devi Meenakshi Parashakti, wearing the garland of, if this is the form that's dear to you, that you hold dear in your heart, you can make the offering garland of pearls to be showered by the compassion and purity in all of your business endeavors.
Next offering is the Sarna Padma Pushpa, the golden lotus. And in the Kamikagama, it's described that all the kalashas should be wound around with suitable thread and covered with a neat cloth. They should be adorned with the lotus flower made of gold. So you can see the significance of this golden lotus as it is used in many rituals in Hinduism of Paramashivoham. Almost everything in the worship of the ultimate involves the consecration of deities of worship using the lotus flower, lotus leaf, lotus pericarp, lotus petals, and lotus is a very divine flower. The Shakti of Paramashiva is called the lotus. The base of the Paramashiva linga is the lotus, and the disciple of Paramashiva is also the lotus ready to bloom. So you can offer the word of Devi Parashakti herself amidst your situation in your life. Just as the lotus blooms in the murky waters, you too shall bloom in any situation in your life.
Parashakti is the offering the Swarnametti, and Devi are more beautiful than even the lotus flower. This verse describes, it says, Nakadhi didi sanchana namajjanatamo guna padadvaya prabhajala parakrita saroruha. The translation for this verse, it says, you whose brightness from the toenails destroy the darkness of ignorance from the minds of your feet. You whose brightness from your feet overpower that of the lotus flower too. And you can offer the gold toe ring to Devi Parashakti to adorn her sacred lotus feet and be in constant gratitude for receiving her blessings in even the most difficult aspects of your life.
Next offering is the Svatna Mantika, the gold hairline jewelry. And the Mantika represents the nectar flowing from the Sahasrara Chakra, which is fully open. And Devi is described as Shuddha Sarvi Varshini, the one who makes the nectar flow in all of our nerves from the Sahasrara, the one who gives the very pleasant experience of the ultimate. So when you offer this Svatna Mantika, the gold hairline jewelry, to Devi Parashakti, you will be blessed with an overflowing Sahasrara and the complete completion. You can offer the Mantika to Devi and receive the blessings of achieving the blissful state of complete completion and of overflowing gratitude.
And the next offering to Devi Parashakti is the offering of the Pratyaksha Pada Puja, the sacred worship offered from disciple to Guru, the traditional offering of gratitude, that her nails have been sharpened by constantly being touched by the crowns of celestial beings who always prostrate before Devi. And it is described that she removes the tamas, the tamoguna, the ignorance in the minds of the devotees who prostrate at her feet, and they attain the supreme knowledge. And today you can make the offering of the Pratyaksha Pada Puja for Devi Parashakti through manifesting through the Nijavatara, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhana, His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, and receive the blessings and all the auspiciousness in your life, the blessings and grace of Devi Parashakti and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself. You can make this offering on the website www.kailasamailer.com/sevas.
The last offering available today is the Vastra Seva, the offering for each and every one of you. And the Vastra Seva, you can offer the Vastra Seva and be blessed with all protection by both Devi Parashakti and Swamiji himself.
So here you have all the offerings, summary of the various offerings being made available through the website. The traditional offerings of e-hundi, which you can offer in multiple currencies and in any amount of your choice. The offering of the Sankalpa chanting, the sacred name of Devi Parashakti from one of the names. You can offer the coins, to offer the Mukta Anguti, the gold finger ring with the pearl, embedded pearl, and the feet of Devi Parashakti. You can offer the Swarnamang Tika, the gold hairline jewelry that represents the overflowing nectar of gratitude from the Sahasrara. And you can also offer the Pratyaksha Pada Puja, the traditional offering of gratitude from disciple to Guru. And you can offer the Vastra Seva, the offering of the sacred cloth. And all of these traditional offerings, the divine, are made available. So if you would like to offer make any of these offerings as your expression of your sacred sentiments to Devi Parashakti, as you get ready to receive her, you can on the website, and we'll now project the website. So if you are able to, the offerings can be made. So the website for the offerings is www.kailasamailer.com/sevas. Parashakti Bhava Samadhi Darshan today. And here you have the link for the e-hundi, and you can submit the form on step 1 and make it and receive the blessings of Devi Parashakti to manifest your intention into reality. So make the offering of the e-hundi here, which can be made Australian dollar, the New Zealand dollar, the Canadian dollar, the euro, the Indian rupees, the Singaporean dollar, the Malaysian ringgit, the Great Britain pound, and the Chinese yen. And you can make the offering various Alankara Seva or the Pratyaksha Pada Puja, the Vastra Seva. Any of you can make the offerings on the website, Pushpa, the Swarnameti, the Pratyaksha Pada Puja, the Vastra Seva, and all of the traditional offering of Seva and Alankara are made available on the website. So you can click on this link on step 2 and make your offerings. And if you would also like to join as an e-Kailashian on the YouTube channel, you can join. You can click on the join button on the YouTube channel and join as a member and even be able to ask for your prayers and blessings on the YouTube live chat. You can post your messages and any prayers, any blessing requests that you would like to make to Devi Parashakti during the darshan, you can post on the YouTube live chat. You can also click on the subscribe button and be notified the live. If there are any special events and announcements, you can receive all the notifications from the YouTube channel by clicking subscribe. So go ahead and join as an e-Kailashian member and post your comments on the live chat. As a member, you'll be able to put live chat. So go ahead and join and you can with Parashakti during the Bhava Samadhi darshan. You can post on the live chat. Again, the website for the traditional offerings is www.kailasamailer.com/sevas, and you can make a note of this link and make your offerings, any of the traditional offerings that you would wish to offer for the darshan. You can make the offerings on the website as you get ready to receive. And with that, now we'll be moving to the next segment where we'll be learning more about the various facilities being made available for the well-being of humanity as guided by Devi Parashakti and by the Supreme Portrait of Hinduism through the various spiritual de facto embassies of Kailas.